Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
The Union submitted an invitation to the organization to attend the introductory symposium on Iraq's entry into the World Trade Organization, which will be held October 4, 2023. You have World Trade Organization going to have a meeting. We're going to have to wait and see how that turns out. Ascension is hopefully on the table. The central bank intends to adopt 4 currencies instead of the dollar for external transfer. Yes, they are finally going to pay for imports outside of the dollar. Wonderful news for us. Yet another sign the currency auctions to pay for imports solely in US dollars is coming to an end and fast. This yet more wow news. I am told we will suddenly see a lot of movement on the removal of sanctions. I expect to see that in the next day or two. Oh my goodness, the float is going to be fantastic. You think the float is going to take a few months? No. It may take a few hours. Deputy. 11 countries want to invest in the path of development. The number will reach 50 soon. I do believe that it has begun. The countdown has concluded. Iraq is 4th in the Arab world by possessing the lion's share of gold reserves. I always love to hear that. Right now Iraq is holding 132.6 tons of gold. You notice that these nations are still buying up large quantities of gold, which is a good sign. Now if you want to know the full story. There's a huge consensus out there among most of the dinar content creators that the rate is going to change this coming week between now and this weekend. None of that is true, of course. There's a huge tremendous misunderstanding throughout the dinar community right now of what's really happening within the dinar investment. My gut is screaming, within the week. It will start tingling tomorrow. Emo. And I hope by this weekend we will have it. One of the mandates, rules, orders, laws of the WTO is not for you to have an international currency value but for you to have a currency with no restrictions. That's why you'll, Iraq, be part of the WTO, because you won't have any restrictions. Every day you get closer and closer and closer. The inchworm, it's getting there, isn't it? All these pieces are snapping together perfect. Forex, you're gonna see all zeros. I called a friend of mine in the banks and she explained the reason for Sunday all Forex are in zeros is because the banks were working after hours. 10 or 8 hours of work updated all the currencies of the world. She's a banker auditor with a lot of friends in banks, so she called them on the currency side and asked them why. They told her they'll edit all the currencies of the world and this is the first time it happened. They don't know why. A lot of things going on these days. A lot of good news. A lot of things happening in 1 week. A lot of things gonna happen. Today, Wednesday, a member of the Finance Committee in the House of Representatives, Mohammed Nouri, considered the control of foreign banks over the currency selling market in Iraq as a dangerous precedent. In an interview with Al Sumaria News, Nouri said, "The control of a large group of non-Iraqi banks over the currency selling market is a dangerous precedent in the Iraqi economic market, given that Iraq has solid private banks that have the potential to operate according to international conditions and standards." He criticized the central bank for setting conditions that apply only to foreign banks for selling currency and Iraq, including the Jordanian National Bank, which now accounts for a large percentage of dollar sales in the currency auction, indicating that what the Bank of Jordan sells in 1 day amounts to more than $200 million in 1 day. Nouri pointed out that, at a time